Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Sunday Spin. This week and every week, the Sunday Spin's brought to you by our fantastic sponsors, Grooves Records in San Francisco, USA, and West Left Records in Colorado Springs in 719. Getting a little feedback. We apologize for that. With me this week and every week as we go through the motions here trying to get the audio back is my man Greno. Greno, how are you this afternoon, brother?
Doing great, man. It's a nice 52 degrees here in Colorado Springs, so feeling the summertime.
Wow. Well, it's a broiler here in the 6th floor. And speaking of the 6th floor, we do have some legends here this afternoon, Greno. Who do we have with us this afternoon, my friend, on the Spin?
Great San Diego band. These guys started in the early 00s and I believe early 2000s, and they're back again. Dewey defeats Truman. We've got Scott, Mark, and James. Thanks for joining us, guys, on the Spin. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Really well, man. How about you guys?
Doing
We
well.
could not be better. We really appreciate you joining us this afternoon. Congratulations on the triumphant gig at San Diego's very own Casbah. Tell us about the night, first off.
It was fun. We had Tim Piles, the mayor of San Diego Music, kind of held a show and kind of threw together three bands, two kind of newcomers and some old crusties that he knows, being us, and we rocked out and got sweaty and good time.
Yeah, it was a blast. As always, it's always fun to be on the Casbah stage, as you guys know.
It really is. It's San Diego's pride and joy, and it's been a long time. It's wonderful that the doors are open again. The feedback you got, did you have a lot of people telling you what I know Glenn and I hear a lot? We're so glad live music is back. How many times did you hear that at the show?
You know, I think there's some hesitancy. I think there's people were excited and then the stuff starts picking up again. So there's sort of a mixed vibe with all that. I do think there's a lot of people that are still playing it safe and, but yeah, no, I think that after the real heavy lockdown that people are dying for any kind of social interaction and live music cranking through their skulls, so yeah, there's definitely an appreciation for it. And, I'm hoping it'll get back to normal at some point, soon. Still seems a little quiet out there.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's people are still kind of, you're right. There is a hesitancy. That's a good.
People are playing it safe. I get it. I mean, I've seen a lot of friends and coworkers, people that I've known just the last like 3 weeks been just catching it like wildfire. So I don't know if maybe it's not as serious as far as hospitalization, but I think that people are still a little bit like, yeah, I need to, let this kind of blow through, because we still notice a difference before and after. That's still definitely a thing.
Absolutely.
Am I still feeding back, by the way?
Just a little
Again,
bit.
Just
cool,
exactly.
sounds like you're running through guitar pedals.
Right.
I can always bail out if my audio is that bad, and I'll just
We can hear you.
listen from the side.
You're a little quiet there, Scott.
Better? Hang on.
Tremendous. And tell us about the new release, because that seems to be all the talk amongst my friends. Congratulations, first of all. And I did have a chance to see the vinyl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Very cool.
I think James probably has a copy he can do show and tell. I do too. I'd have to run in the other room, but yeah.
I actually do not have copies, Mark.
All right, hold on. I'll be back.
They're all getting packaged up and sent out. As far as today, I think at least half of the pre-orders went out today. If you ordered it, it took us over a year to get this thing done. It was just one thing after another, as you guys know. I mean, with production issues and supply line stuff, and we even had stuff that it was just our luck. Like at one point, our lacquers got misplaced, so it was just one thing after another. But we're here. They're here, and they're shipping.
That's great, man. It's really exciting. I know my copy's on its way, so I'm excited. There it is.
There's,
Check that out.
yeah.
Got some
Beautiful.
cool action going on there. And I guess we're going to have all unique ones, right? Or there's going to be several different versions of it. Maybe not all unique, but yeah, came out really good. Sounds good, mastered well.
Yeah, and I noticed you guys recorded that at Double Time. That's like a pretty notorious studio down there. James, could you eat real quick? Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry about Double Time. So yeah, what was that experience like?
Yeah, we've been recording. I personally started recording with Jeff in like 1990.
Wow.
I recorded in probably 4 different bands with him before the three of us got together. Yeah, he was just kind of a, San Diego legend, and he's been doing his thing since long before I was, it sounds like, and kind of a natural fit for us to go back and work with him again. We did the first couple things with him back in the 90s. I think we got together in 96 or 97. I think that's up for debate. Somewhere in there is when we started, and we got in the studio shortly after, did all our stuff with Jeff, and yeah, it was just a good fit. It was kind of like a comfortable place to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he really makes the process easy, and he knows what we're looking at, and we're able to, as you guys know, it's time is money when you're in the studio and when you're working with somebody that's familiar with the sound and the band and our individual processes, and obviously it streamlines things a little bit.
James' live from the blender.
Yeah, Robotronic. We're getting a little Kraftwerk vocals there. But Scotty, one question I want to ask you is, how do you, like, when you're getting ready to prepare for recording, like, what do you do as far as your drums? Do you put on new heads? Are you like polishing the cymbals? You just go as broke? Like, I'm just curious. What's your preparation on the drum end?
I don't replace the heads all the time. You guys can hear me okay, right? Okay, yeah. So, but I tune like a lot before I start tracking, and then, and the cool part about this whole deal now is, like, back in the day, we're paying hour, and I used to like just kind of rush through and not write my drum parts as much as I do now. And I got time. Like, sometimes I'll just sit here and go, okay, that's not working. I'm gonna sleep on it, come back in here, and then yeah, I've been coming up with some pretty fun stuff lately. So the freedom has been great, super great. So, but no polished cymbals. Just actually, I do need to change the heads. I got new heads. I just haven't done it yet. So
I got
I've been here about a year, and these new Sonar drums sound amazing. So it's
Now, is that the kit you used for the recording as well?
Yeah, Sonar here. The DW kit's down at the rehearsal studio in San Diego, so that I've had for years. But if I put them neck and neck, side by side, I'm leaning towards the Sonars these days, man. They sound so good. So I think I got maple. These are birch. It's just, they're warm and they resonate a little more, but like clean resonation. As long as you have them tuned really good, no sympathetic vibration, they just sound really, really good. Really, really good. So
absolutely, and great performance, my friend, too, on the EP. You killed it.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Love your drumming, always have. But yeah, it's really great to see you at such a high level. After all these years. I mean, we're all getting up there. In the early twilight of the rock and roll. We got people still in their 80s doing it, so we can't say we're old. But yeah, it's just great to see you guys just killing it. And so, how did this kind of coalesce back into the band? I know you guys had a hiatus for a while. How did it come back into fruition for you guys?
Yeah, I can't hear you, buddy.
James, I can't hear you.
Yeah. Damn, killing me.
I'll just check your audio settings and be sure you got the right mic and stuff. But yeah. But yeah, I'll speak for James. Unless you can call me James, I can translate. I don't mind. our team.
Mark James.
Yeah. Yeah, basically we just sort of, life got busy. We broke up. It wasn't anything. We weren't, wasn't any really dramatic ending or anything. We just retired and kind of needed a break. And it just, sometimes those things carry on for years. Basically we got, I think it was Tim Piles, you can nod, James, that reached out first. Or there was a loudspeaker anniversary, was a 30-year, which coincided with the Casbah anniversary, which is also a 30-year, I believe. I could be wrong in some of these numbers, but anniversaries were happening. I believe they wanted Red Dye as their first call, but it just logistics, whatever, that didn't work out. So I got a call from James. He said, "Hey, man, you want to play a show?" I'm like, "We're going to rehearse first, or do I get a chance to listen to the songs again?"
Right.
Yeah. So we got together. I said, "Sure, we'll do a show and see if it's fun, see if it see if we suck." I don't know. Yeah. So we got a rehearsal room and grabbed a bunch of beer. Nervously plugged in our instruments and it was right back like we just never stopped.
Wow.
Lots of memorizing or rememorizing to do, lyrics and parts, and lots of train wrecks on the first couple of rehearsals. But it was mainly for that reason, to play those little series of shows, and then it just kind of stuck.
Absolutely.
Yeah, songwriting came after that, and
wow, that's great. That's great.
we're still here.
Yeah, James, I can't hear you, bud.
Like he's mowing the lawn and doing the it's
Poor James.
I know, man. James, we love you, man. Thanks for being a trooper and hanging in there with us on the Sundays.
Absolutely.
Vinny, we always find some way for some technological folly. I don't know. It's never anyone's fault or anything, but it's just sometimes it's part of the framework of some of the shows. So it's a bummer.
Lots of wires and cables and stuff.
As it gets better all the time, but yes, it's a Sunday afternoon. It's 95 degrees in areas. It is what it is. We feel really bad for James, obviously.
We'll see if we can work it out.
James
We
will
might
be
see
back,
it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll stay hopeful. We can bring him back into the fold here, and let's see. Maybe we can try right now. Fingers crossed, everyone. Drum roll.
All right, man. Is third time a charm or not?
So far, so good, buddy.
So far,
It's
so
nice to
good,
hear your
man.
voice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what the deal is. I have a pretty nice computer over here. I've never had issues.
Stay unmuted and don't touch anything. Yeah. No breathing, blinking, anything.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that being back in the same room with these guys was pretty painless, and I mean, I don't know about those guys. I know Scott's always been playing. He plays in a fairly large church. I basically put my instrument in the closet and didn't touch it for at least 10 years. So, coming into the reunion shows, not only did I have to kind of relearn the songs, but basically had to relearn my instrument. And, it was not like riding a bike. So it took a little bit of work. But, those rehearsal sessions for those first couple shows, new ideas just started kind of percolating. And I think it was Mark that said, "Hey, this, after the second show, I think it was Mark that said, 'Hey, this feels pretty good. You guys want to see where it goes from here?'" And I mean, there wasn't any hesitation from me. I'm pretty sure Scott was on board from the get.
Yeah.
But
Once we cleared the couple shows and did the rehearsals and did what we needed to do to perform, we didn't have anything else lined up live, and so we just automatically went into let's jam out and write some songs, and that's like the EP is probably the first 5 of those, and so so it felt good. It felt like we kind of feel like we didn't have enough recorded output back in the day. We toured around a lot, played a lot of shows, but we were always a little bit slow we ditch a bunch of songs and too picky, whatever, but yeah, it felt good to be in the room again and write. And so, so that's been kind of our thing since as we.
That's here.
Yeah, just log in and out, I guess. But yeah, no, we've been kind of, getting ready for shows. We'll go into that mode, rehearse, run the set a bunch of times, and then as soon as we finish a show, we don't have anything lined up. We write as much as we can. Another show comes up, we go back into the, rehearsing making sure we're tight. So, and yeah, we kind of have this thing where it seems every time we get in a room together, we write a new tune, come up with at least a new idea, and we record everything. So, we've got a full length that we're working on right now. We recorded this EP in December of 2020, and that's how long, so we've kind of moved on to writing other stuff.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that going, by the way? The new songs.
It's going pretty well. We've all been kind of busy, me especially. So I'm just with business stuff, work stuff. But now that we just played a show, we don't have anything lined up at the moment. There's a couple things percolating out there, but yeah, we're going to be getting back together in a couple weeks, and we have a big folder full of stuff we need to go through and kind of yay or nay it and see what we can do with it. Yeah, so we've got a lot of pieces to work with. We just kind of got to let them blossom and, throw some more parts in. And we're doing right now, we're kind of in this setup. As you guys know, Scott lives up in Sacramento. He has to fly down anytime we do anything. So he built his studio out there at home, and we can do things remotely. So, we're kind of in this weird gray area where we demo things out remotely. Like Scott records his drums up there, James does his bass, vocals, whatever at his place. I do the same here for my parts. And we could just do everything like that, but we also do like going and collaborating with others, going into studios. So we're kind of in that, not sure what we're going to do with all that. But we're coming up with some pretty good, last couple songs we did were all just us, shots taken, and the last 4, I guess.
Well, no, it was the
broken people and
always waiting in the wrong line. Like that was all us. And then the 2 bonus songs for the EP, those were all home recorded too as well. So
yeah,
which
is fun. It's a pain in the ass, but it's we're kind of painfully DIY sometimes. But we'll see what makes sense when we have these songs ready. As far as the final product.
That's great. We're super stoked about hearing the new stuff. And yeah, the EP it's got a shine to it, and I've been digging it for quite a while now. So thank you guys for continuing on, and it's great to see San Diego music kind of take a little bit of a spike again with some great bands and some new artists too coming out in your area as well. So yeah, kind of
really
cool.
Is. And thank you so much for sharing the dynamic of how it does work, because you're right, business life gets in the way. Distance is a factor. And I loved how Mark and Scott shared the dynamic of how that process works and how vital it's become. It has become a necessity. It's something obviously that Greno and I are familiar with as well. It's a beautiful thing. The thing I really love the best is, as we are all in that age, you guys have been working together now for a very long time after that first hiatus. And I think that's so important from where I'm standing to see that, because a lot of people have made the comeback, but you guys have come back and have been doing this righteously for a very long time. You deserve everything that you're getting.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, and like James said, it's tough to. He had to kind of. I was playing. He had to sort of get readjusted to the instrument. There was different learning curves to relearn the songs. Like I said, memorize the lyrics. I remember trying to play a song for like an hour, and I realized it was in a different tuning. I'm like, oh, no wonder I can't do this. So beyond that, though, just the chemistry and just kind of knowing, how to play off each other and sort of knowing where he's going to go, not in a predictable way, just knowing the motion of the ocean, so that was kind of easy. Like we were able to kind of get to the sweet spot pretty quick, with the music, I think. So I think if that didn't happen, if it was really a battle and it was just felt like we were struggling to do it, we might not be talking to you now. We might have just said it was fun. little one-off, reunion thing. But yeah, still enjoying it. So
It's great. Yeah, it's great to see. And do you guys have some more shows lined up for the summer? I know you've been playing recently, quite a bit. What about the rest of the summer? What's it looking like as far as live shows?
we've got some rumblings. We've been talking to a few people about doing things, but nothing concrete. Yeah, we're sort of, like I said, we're sort of in that writing mode a little bit, like,
Yeah, sure. Hibernation.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, it feels like we can never get anything done because if we're playing shows spaced out, we get super in that, rehearse for the gig mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we'll get a little bit done on the writing side, but we really want to dig in and start, like I said, we have this folder, this ever increasing folder of ideas that we really need to attend to. So I think that's kind of our main focus.
I was curious about the lyrics. Is that a collaborative effort? Is it Mark and James? Is it each song different? How do you guys approach the lyrics?
You want to check your mic, James?
Yeah, or maybe let me kick them out and then bring them back in, because that seems to be the little trick we have. All right, let's see. Fingers crossed. Drum roll again.
It's always nice to look at those beautiful basses behind James.
I know, right?
Absolutely. What a collection.
Barely.
Yeah. Let me try again. Let me remove you again, and we'll try again. But yeah,
I guess I'll start answering that question.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
It really just kind of, sometimes James will write something for him to, like, he's got an idea with lyrics and stuff, and then we'll get all the band together and we'll start playing it, and he'll have his part written, and then he'll say, like, do you have anything for the chorus? And I'll work on something for that. Sometimes it's, it's every flavor of that combination. We try to get Scott to Ringo up. Not Ringo up, but we're trying to get him to do like a Octopus's Garden, but he didn't want to do it. Yeah. But yeah, usually if I'm writing and it's something that I've kind of sat down and, sometimes it's just a single riff and then we really go from it and we figure it out later. Sometimes it's further along on one side or the other or collaborative,
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mix of all different levels or ratios.
That's great. That truly makes it a band effort, and the same.
If you
with
want to know who's writing what, there is a formula though. Like if you look at the lyric sheet, if you can't understand what is going on, that's my stuff. James is more the storyteller, like, I'm stream of consciousness, weird vocal guy, and he's got like little mini short stories going on his. So
Do you ever find yourself writing with another band member in mind?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Fabulous. I figured as such that comes with an alliance of that many years.
That goes back to what I was talking about. I mean, I think we all do that. Like, I think that if any one of us is playing something that's going to be presented to the band, we hear the other players' approach in our heads a little bit, and it could, we usually, if I bring something in, or if James brings something in, or Scott brings something in, we probably have expectations on what we expect to hear from them. It's sometimes it might be totally different, and we might try to steer them back, or, I don't know. It just kind of does seem to have a, it's hard to say. It's hard to explain. Vocally, it's one of those things where, like, James might say, oh, when I'm doing this, maybe you could try doing this, and have some ideas and stuff like that. But just all the way around, we kind of have that, we know what other people's signature dishes are, Like if I do a kind of droning out guitar part, I know James is going to get into that full melodic bass thing he does, and if I'm doing the kind of long drawn out or, more movement, he's going to kind of slow it down. So yeah, I don't know if that answers the question at all.
It does fantastically. And it's great to hear. Yeah. Collaborative.
Yep.
Very much. Yeah. Yeah. We don't do the thing where it's like somebody comes in and says, here's the song, here's here's a recording of the bass part you're going to play. I mean, yeah, that wouldn't go over well. There would be blood. Yeah.
Spoken like 6'4" legends, right, Grano?
And we tell Scott what to do all the time, but he's just the drummer. So now I'm kidding, Scotty.
Classic. It's great.
So you guys went to school together. Is this is the backstory I'm not clear on. I watched the Scott episode, but you guys all went to school together up in Poway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yep. And Scotty and I, our band played together back in the day.
Yeah.
F Troop and Outrage, and I was in Outrage with Chris Marsteller, Rob Abramson, Aaron McKay, Robbie Nefke. All those people ended up in other San Diego bands. Robbie Nefke ended up in like Crash Worship. Rob Abramson, Chasers, Danger Men, etc., etc. Shout out to Rob, we love you. Chris Marsteller has been in the Loons for over 20 years now. Dive Boy. What was the band with you, Scott? Was that Dive Boy and Hush?
Yeah, Hush and Dive Boy, and that's what James was talking about earlier. I think like I was in Dive Boy when I started playing with James. So it was fun. But Hush was the main thing that we did with Marsteller after when he came back from Northern California, I think, right? Yeah, you guys were Glenn. You were still up there when him and Judy came back down, right?
Yeah. Outrage like moved up there in 89 to 90, and then Chris and Aaron moved back. I think Rob stayed a little bit longer. Yeah, Chris and Aaron ended up moving back. Shout out to all those guys too. Yeah. And just so you guys know, Rob is in the country. Rob lived in Berlin. Fez has lived there for over 20 years now, I believe, and he's in California. So reach out to your pal Fez Records for some good times.
Yeah, I saw that he was coming back. Is he staying or is he going back?
He's on holiday, as they say in Europe, for like 2 months though. He's out here until the middle of August. So I don't know if you guys have another show, but I'm sure he would love to link up. I'm sure he'll be going to that John Reese Nephews and a Niece show that's at the Casbah on the 9th, I think, of August. That's a blockbuster event. We're excited for our friend Tim, fellow 64 alumni, Poway High School, and Nephews and the Niece, and Charlie too. I guess Charlie didn't. He went to Mount Carmel, I believe. Charlie Burnell. I don't think maybe he went to Poway. Seems like he came on a little bit later though, because he had other drummer, Scott. Drummer's name Scott. We got one of the best in the house right here, man. I mean, Scott kills it. So, and Mark, man, and James, seriously, it's been really great having you guys on the show. We want to let people know how to find your music, so I'm going to put up a little banner ski here and educate the folks. Let's see if my magic end up working. Yeah. So we got the DeweyRock.com, cool website. You can go there for music videos, upcoming tours, all kinds
outdated
of
news. Yeah, we've kind of let that one slip a little bit. We got to get some sexy photos up and some other things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we it's funny because now it seems like the social media is kind of what people look at. It used to be the band web pages where everybody go to see where you're playing next, and now it's Facebook or Instagram. So we do have the Instagram, which is Dewey Defeats Truman SD. I'm gonna double check that.
Okay, cool. So similar to the Bandcamp one, just take out the little thing there. Okay, cool. And also, you guys have a YouTube channel with some I like your music videos too. They're really cool.
Yeah, that's Mark's most of that. Mark's like responsible for the videos, and he's been doing a great job. He gets all, I don't know. No, great job, Mark. And actually, he's working on our third one right now. So, which
kind of wrap that up within a week.
Yeah, well, there was some we did a promotional video for the show, and there was some footage in there, and it's going to kind of be little snippets, little teaser of what's to come on the next video. So,
Great.
Yeah, I mean, we do our own. We make our own T-shirts. So that's a James and Scott thing. But we're always kind of try to do our own thing, and we have some hack together videos. It's fun. We hope that there'll be a day when somebody listens to our song and gets all inspired, and they're like this awesome video artist, and they start cranking stuff out for us, or
Yeah.
that'd be cool. But at this point, we have to do everything ourselves. So do the best we can.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's you guys are doing a great job with that, and music videos are a really good way to reach out to a newer fan base as well. You got a lot of people perusing YouTube, things like that, looking for different bands, types of music. So I think it's a great avenue for folks just in general. And we're a visually based society. That's why we do this show as we do it, rather than just some podcast with voices. So we can get all animated, especially Vinny when he gets into his disco dance.
Absolutely. But Greno, you're so right. YouTube and videos, they're crucial.
Yeah.
On a personal level, I like the videos because it harkens back to the age where you found out about music from Martha Quinn and JJ Jackson, but you saw it through a video. It's kind of cool that hasn't changed. What's really cool about it,
no one knows
is that we're making them ourselves. And
I find a lot of new music on YouTube, just surfing, letting it roll. I'll be watching a live, show from a band I like. They're playing the Pitchfork Festival. Cool, I'll put that on, then it'll end and auto play into something else. It's like, oh wow, I heard the name, but I haven't heard these guys. I love this. So
Yep.
I mean, I think I find more music there than I do on other parts of the internet.
agreed.
Yeah, and there is a visual thing that's kind of cool. You can sort of see, what the whole, who the singer is. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a great.
Yeah, we're putting stuff up on YouTube as quick as we can make it, and we've got our Facebook page. Just search for Dewey Defeats Truman. It should pop up pretty quickly these days.
Yeah, folks. So get out there, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow them on Facebook. Like their stuff on Instagram. You got some work to do, folks. So get out there and pound the streets. Dewey Defeats Truman.
Page Silver Girl Records is our label, and we might have some stuff over there that isn't in other places.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, we want to give you guys a chance to do some shout outs. Let me see. Let's cross our fingers. Let's see how our man James is doing. It looks like, let's see. Okay. Well, I just bummer from the summer, but what we're going to do is it's kind of funny. We were going to have James on the show before you guys at some point. It just didn't work out as far as logistics wise. So we're going to definitely have James back on. He's got some great stories and get his input as well. But yeah. We want to give you guys an opportunity at this point to kind of do some shout outs. And James, if you do have any, if you want to put them in the private chat, we're definitely happy to include those. But yeah, Scotty and Mark, if you guys have any specific shout outs or anything, floor is yours at this point.
I'll let James type. I'm probably our Julie. I should give a shout out to Julie Van Loo for tolerating me and helping out with band stuff and letting me play my guitar loud and do all that, among many other things. Anybody that comes to the shows, Keith York from Silver Girl, who's letting us do our thing and releasing the records and helping us with getting the word out. God, there's a million people, so many.
I hear you,
Scotty.
It's a daunting question.
Tim Piles, Tim Mays, obviously, Tim Piles. We do. I refer to him as the mayor of San Diego music because as long as I have been playing, he's been around at every show. Getting the little bands and pushing them up. Being super true to local music. Tim Mays, the Casbah, obviously, that's kind of seems to be our home base. We talked about Jeff Forrest from Double Time. He's been kind of our go-to guy, and he recorded the latest EP that, shown you earlier. So couldn't do it without him. Scotty, I don't want to do all the talking.
Yeah, no, you pretty much covered. I mean, Kevin Schnell, of course, the hot
Ellen Ohado hot sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that
He's got a new one coming out, right?
Covered.
He's got a new one coming out. I saw the other day or
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
sir.
cool. Yeah.
Yep.
The
And,
Watts sauce, man.
He's also one of our faithful sponsors, Grooves Records, San Francisco legend. So we love you, Kevin.
Yes.
And also Lemon Lime's alumni. So yeah, he's wonderful dude. There we go.
Beautiful.
This is Dewey defeats Truman, custom flavor there. Pineapple habanero. It's a beautiful
Very
thing.
cool.
And of course, my wife Kelly for tolerating a lot of travel, and yeah, she's super cool, and yeah, she puts up with me, which is great, So, and our new rehearsal studio. What's up? What's it called? Rock and Roll San Diego. Is that right, Mark? The new place that we're at. Yeah, really really cool rehearsal place. Really awesome. So they even have a shower if you need to take a shower in the bathroom.
Wow.
Fabulous.
Yeah, we have team showers after every rehearsal.
Right?
Like the White Shadow, right? When they always
Yeah,
be singing in the shower after practice.
I love that show, man.
They got a
Bring
great
back.
sound, didn't they?
Yep. And you guys from James has chimed in. Tim Piles and Tim Mays for sure.
Yep.
Just to reiterate, and then Jeff Forrest from Double Time and Keith York from Silver Girls.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Good stuff, guys.
There are other people, anybody, parents and everybody. I mean, it's really, we're not winning an award. I mean, but it's one of those things where it's, being involved with anybody that's a musician or in a band. I mean, I don't know that I could do it, but anybody that tolerates our bad behavior,
Well
Well,
put.
before we go,
giving more attention to guitars and drums and basses than humans, that kind of thing.
we've got some comments that I want to post up just because we have some faithful listeners and stuff. So yeah, let's see. We got
James is back.
James back. So, yep.
Hello, Kelly.
Kelly, hello. Good to see you. And then let's see. We got
Yay.
another legend. Yeah, we love you.
Yeah, we actually, Jay, I know you had him on here, and he was our faithful. He's kind of like the band mom, amp humper going. If somebody didn't want to pay us, he'd be up in the grill, just kind of take long sections of the road for driving. He was our fourth member for a while there when we toured and stuff. So yeah, he was definitely have to include him. We're just getting old. It's hard to remember things,
Jamo's a legend. We love him here on the Sunday Spin. We sure do. I didn't know this was going to turn into a roast for our poor friend James down there, though. So.
I know. No. And then we got KMG, one of our faithful. We love you, girl. The good old days. Yep. We always turn back the clock in a very special way on the spin. And then we got a little shout out to Mount Carmel from Scotty's wife, Kelly. Thanks for joining in. And then Cumby still with us. So still am if you want, guys. So hey, he's ready to hop in the van, boys.
My back hurts just thinking about it, but you never know.
Exactly.
Yeah, the smell of dirty socks and Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
Special.
Nothing like it. Wow, what a really special episode of The Spin today. We've been hanging out with Dewey Defeats Truman, and we really hope you guys have been enjoying it. Vinny, man, what a kick, huh? These guys are cool.
Absolutely. No surprise there, though, guys. You know where you can find them. Congratulations on the new disc. It rocks.
Yeah.
Check these guys out.
On the
You will
way.
not be sorry.
Yeah, guys. It's
Thanks,
been
guys.
nothing but
Appreciate
a
it.
pleasure. And yeah, we'll look forward to having you guys on. And again, James, want to extend that, courtesy, man. Let's get you back on. Do with Vinny and myself and you. And
Sure, it goes for any of you guys. Yeah, your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would usually do the most talking. I'm just trying to make up for it, He's got all kinds of stories and insight. Seriously, so yeah. Technical
No, it's all
difficulties.
good. You guys killed it, man. It was a great job. And Vinny, we're wrapping up the season. We'll be back next week for sure. That's July 3rd. So we'll be on the eve of celebrating the big independent music day, as I like to.
We're going to be celebrating freedom in many ways next week, aren't we, Greta?
Yes, and Vinny, I just want to say freedom to rock is granted, my brother.
Absolutely. Absolutely, it is. Yeah, more surprises for next week. We can't wait to share them with you. Meanwhile, thanks to the guys in Dewey Defeats Truman. We love your music. We love you. Keep representing the work you do. Rocking everybody. Don't forget to watch my man on the Grooveyard tomorrow night. KCOS Digital Media. 6 p.m. Mountain Time, correct, Reno?
Yeah, and I think not this week, but the week after. Let me look real quickly. I'm playing some Dewey Defeats Truman. I usually like to play a couple tracks on the New Music Mondays. So let's just look real quick. Yep. Well, I'm not even going to say what tune. It's one of my favorite tunes on the.
You got to tune in every Monday until that week, right, and find out.
So yeah, that should be on July 4th. So fire up the barbecue. It'll be 5 p.m. Pacific at your guys' time, and check it out. A lot of new music from the Anonymous Collective. So yeah, again, you guys, nothing but love and appreciation to everyone out there taking in the spin every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific. Want to thank our wonderful hosts and support. Grooves Records, San Francisco, What's Left Records, Colorado Springs. I was just there yesterday. Oh, by the way, Prefab Soul, the Hikikomori Blues is out. I got my disc yesterday. They're on sale, local record stores here in Colorado, but also go to prefabsoul.bandcamp.com. Check it out. I think you guys will dig it. It's kind of like
one boss looking record, isn't it?
Metal rock by one of our buddies.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
Check it out. And I think that's
fabulous cover art.
Vinny, stay sexy, my friend. Keep that tan up. I'll see you next week. Hopefully it'll be 70 degrees here instead of 52. Yeah,
looking forward to it. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.